Did you watch Hikaru's predictions for the I'm Not a GM tournament?
Oh, I didn't. Wait, is it on YouTube? I don't know if I'll watch the whole thing. I just want to see what he says about me.
All right. It's almost
and
time.
Maybe Levy.
It's almost time for the 2022 edition of the I Am Not a GM Speed Chess Championship. You have from right now up until the start of the first match at 11:59 a.m. Pacific time.
What's today? Today is May 10th, so it's too late. I can still reveal what I chose for my bracket.
Picks. Don't wait too long or the deadline might pass before you know it. We'll be updating the standings right here, so check back early and often. Predicted winner in winner of the 8th match, James Candy versus Kostya Kavutsky.
Yeah, so Shuvalova is a top seed, and like I think over 2,700 Blitz and Bullet on chess.com, so I think that was a pretty straightforward pick. This one I think is going to be one of the closest matches in the first round of the bracket. And I chose Canty because Canty's been like hardcore studying, and he recently had like an OTB match against Danya in which Danya was super impressed. So see what Hikaru says.
I don't know who to predict here. Now, Kostya is a much stronger player objectively. He is much better theory, much better fundamental understanding, but it is blitz. It is blitz. It's not classical. This is a very tough one. My guess is that it's really a toss up. But you know what? As somebody who's always been basically someone who's not taken seriously in slow chess, and everyone assumes I'm just much better in rapid than in classical chess, I have to sort of do the same thing here and go with the player I think is better in blitz and go with Canty. All right.
Yeah, so Canty actually played Levy in the last I Am Not a GM championship in the first round, and they had like a really close match, and Canty was like super well prepared. I think he has a higher bullet rating than Kostya too, so bullet skills do come into play.
Predicted winner of the 4th match between Greg Shahade and Lawrence Trent. Now, one thing I want to say, you guys, and this is not really controversial, is that it's very clear that chess.com, they found a way to tinker with the system to make sure that all the first round matches have some kind of hype to them. They did not base it purely the way that it should have been.
I think that's true, actually. I think in the past they've had some formula of like blitz and bullet rating, but yeah, it might be one of the reasons why me and Levy are gonna maybe meet in the second round.
The reason I say it is because Greg Shahade and Lawrence Trent, I believe they played in the final match of the I Am Not a GM maybe 2 years ago, or maybe I think it was like 2 years ago. I think they played in the final match, if I'm not mistaken.
It was
and
like
there's no way they're the
I
number
think.
4 and the number 13 seeds. So yeah. Who do I think is better in bullet? If I look at bullet and based on tricks, I'm going to give a very slight edge to Lawrence. So I'm going to go with Lawrence. That's just my guess.
Wow. Yeah, I think Greg won like by a decent margin the last time. But anyway, okay, I'm going to skip ahead and like to when he gets to me.
Okay. Vote for Levi. So Levi is going to win that match.
He's correct.
Next up, we have Eric Rosen versus Tanya Sachdev.
So I'll say that Tanya is kind of a mysterious opponent because she doesn't play too much on chess.com, but she recently had like a really good result in Reykjavik, like almost getting a GM norm. She was on the top 5 boards towards the last round. Like over the board, yeah, I think she's a better classical player, but I think it's safe to say I have a bit more experience in online blitz and bullet. So, but I think it's going to be a close match because she had a very close match with Levy when they played. I think it was last year. So, yeah, let's see what Hikaru says.
Tough match. I mean, very tough match. I'm going to go with Eric, and I'm simply going to go with Eric because I feel like he's had more experience in these matches, and I feel like he'll be able to control his nerves a little bit better in the time scrambles than Tanya will. So I'll go with Eric. So let's go to the quarterfinals. What do we have?
So because he chose me and Levy, he's going to have to choose one of us moving on to the semifinals.
Quarterfinals.
So let's see.
Which of these players will advance to the semifinals? Wouldn't it be nice if I actually knew what the matches are? Actually, let me pull up a bracket because I can figure out what the matches will be. Let me
oh yeah, this is a bracket.
Let me open this image. I'm going to just look at the actual bracket here on my other monitor. So Shuvalova versus Kanti. I think Shuvalova is a clear favorite, so I have to put Shuvalova. Okay, so I have to put Shuvalova first because I think she's going to beat Kanti. And then the other one is Lawrence versus Kashlinskaya. That's a very tough one.
So for this one, I had it as Greg and Kashlinskaya moving on, and I chose Kashlinskaya.
I'm going to go Lawrence making the semifinals. So I'm going to go with Lawrence on that side. And then on the other side, we have what?
Yeah, I had Lawrence.
The other side, we have
getting knocked out in the first round.
Bibisara wins, so Bibisara plays Danny. I think Bibisara is gonna beat Danny, so I'll go with her. And then the other one is going to be Levi against Eric Rosen. Again, like I said, pretty rigged on how we get that. Very, very tough match there. I'm actually I'm gonna go out on a limb and predict the underdog to win in that match between Eric and.
Which one's the underdog? I thought we're both dogs of like similar levels.
I'm going to predict that Eric's going to win, and the reason I'm going to predict...
Wait, what? I don't know whether to be offended or honored. He thinks I'll win, but he also thinks I'm an underdog. What does that mean?
That is because I'm gonna assume that Eric playing over the board in these tournaments is going to
Wait, we're both playing over the board.
is going to like make a difference, and he's just going to be a little bit sharper and build up enough of an advantage before they get to the bullet portion.
Well, now I feel like there's more expectations now. I kind of wish he picked Levy so there'd be less expectations and less pressure. Yeah, I think Levy's played a few more OTV events than me, but maybe I played the more recent one. No, Levy recently played too.
So that's good. I'm going to go with Eric,
Wow.
and I'm just going to base it off him actually having played.
So much pressure.
Having played and had, I think, better results than Levy did. So I'll go with that for now.
Wait, if Hikaru picks me to move on to the semifinals, in his bracket, I'll be up against Bibisara.
So we have semifinals. We have, on the other side, we have Bibisara versus Eric Rosen. I'm going to predict that that's a very tough match. I really don't know. I think I'm going to go with Bibisara. And Bibisara versus Lawrence Trent in the final.
My chances at the
which
finals.
of these players will win?
Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better that there's not so much expectation. Now it's my job to prove Hikaru wrong and make it all the way to the final.
When I think
hopefully I don't prove him wrong by losing to Levy though. That would be the wrong way to prove him wrong.
I think Lawrence is going to win it. I'm gonna predict that Lawrence Trent wins. Where is his name? I'm going to predict that Lawrence Trent wins. How many?
I will say Lawrence is a very like sneaky and dangerous blitz player, and he works very hard in his game. But I don't think he's going to make it past Greg. Oh, that's so interesting.
No.
Anyway, okay. I think that's enough reacting. I do encourage people to watch the I Am Not a GM Speed Chess Championship. Matches will be taking place over the coming month. Basically through June. Like through mid-June, there will be matches. I'll be playing Tanya on May 24th. I don't think they've updated the site, but maybe what I'll do is I'll turn this whole reaction thing into a YouTube video and leave a link in the description. Whole article, all information. There's a nice prize fund, a lot of well-known players. And thank you, Anna Maya, for the raid. Appreciate that.